My supreme namaskarams to all of you. Today we will discuss about public interest litigation and its importance and a recent writ petition filed by a BJP party leader, a practicing advocate and senior counsel uh, uh, for change of anti-corruption laws. Mr. This BJP leader, his name is Ashwini Kumar Upadhyaya. He is a very well known advocate, practicing advocate, who has filed nearly 50 public interest litigations within a span of 5 years. He aims to bring in legal reforms in India that are aimed at anti-infiltration, population control and anti-conversion. He has the pleasure of, to my information, working with Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi on matters such as population explosion. Against several political corrupt leaders, he filed number of public interest litigation petitions and received positive response from the court on more occasions than one. He has filed a petition to publish details of the assets of politicians online, a move that was highly acclaimed by the judicial fraternity. While considering and explaining a public interest litigation petition, we can say that the important questions to be kept in mind are whether by such public interest litigation petition, if remedy is given, it will bring about the betterment of the country, whether it will reduce corruption within our ecosystem. And most important thing is a change in society will be there. In some cases, even for individual betterment also, you can seek for public interest litigation petition. You can file that petition. I come across some such sort of petitions. In one such petition, a remedy is given by Justice Honorable Chinnapareddy Garu by treating the letter published in a newspaper in a letters to the editor in respect of an injustice done to some other person who is a neighbor to the person who had written the letter to the honorable in that newspaper. So locus standi, that is very important. Unless you have locus standi, you can't go and file and claim any relief. In this case, or in many cases of public interest litigation, the locus standi will be considered on the point about whether any injustice is being done to the public or in some cases individuals or not. It is not the injustice or bad thing done to that particular individual. And sometimes misuse of public interest litigations petitions are also there. But what we have to consider is there are certain laws which are ineffective, which are not serving the country properly. In such cases, a citizen can seek the remedy of the court for giving direction to the parliament or to the consent to make necessary laws. If any law, sometimes laws are illegal actions are done, illegal laws are made. Any person can question those laws by way of public interest litigation, claiming that they are unconstitutional. You are having a fundamental right to move the Honorable Supreme Court under Article 32, seeking for holding a law unconstitutional when they are contrary to the basic structure of the Constitution or fundamental rights. So while dealing with a public interest litigation petition, we must keep in mind that the court has got power of judicial review of the actions done by executive while discharging their duties or otherwise. So in such cases, what has to be seen is whether the individual who has approached the court in order to exercise some personal remedy and take vengeance, he filed such petition or not, that has to be considered. Secondly, whether public interest is there or not. Sometimes personal interest is also clubbed with public interest. In those cases, when there is no effective remedy or remedy could not be achieved by any person by approaching the concerned authorities, if there really is fundamental rights are violated or public fundamental rights are violated, definitely he is entitled to approach the Honorable Supreme Court for implementation of laws correctly or to make laws in order to do justice to the complete justice to the people of this country. In this public interest litigation petition, he claimed that corruption has devastating effects on the right to life, liberty, dignity, and it badly affects social and economic justice, fraternity, dignity of individual, unity and national integration. This affects fundamental rights guaranteed under Article 14 and 21. The injury caused to people is extremely large because corruption is an insidious plague having a wide range of erosive effects on society. So in that petition, he also claimed that corruption undermines the democracy and rule of law, leads to violation of human rights, distorts markets, erodes quality of life, and allows organized crimes like separatism, terrorism, Naxalism, radicalism, gambling, smuggling, kidnapping, money laundering, and extortion and other threats to human security to flourish. He also said that the corruption hurts EWS, BPL families disproportionately by diverting the funds intended by development, undermines the government's ability to provide basic services, seeds inequality and injustice, and discourages foreign aids and investment. So these are the things which he has canvassed. He also mentioned in that petition about what are the benefits that public will get if these anti-corruption laws are changed. He explained that in our India, the highest punishment is given irrespective of the amount, maybe in terms of up to 300 crores of corruption. Only one type of punishment, that is from up to 7 years punishment. Not only that, there is no proper remedy available in order to seize the entire 100% property that is found as corrupted money. So he requested for appointing rather he requested for making appropriate law, changing the punishments in order to do benefits to the public. Let us this case is pending in the Honorable Supreme Court, but in the interest of justice, I would like to appeal to all of you that it is the bounden duty of us about when and where we find that there is any public interest jeopardized by any acts of executive, then to approach the Honorable Supreme Court under the public interest litigation or otherwise also in order to do justice to the people, in order to reach the achieve the goals of Constitution enshrined in the preamble of the Constitution. Thank you. I hope that you liked this video. Please subscribe this video, my channel, and request your friends also to subscribe my channel.